crime, and we've never felt unsafe, and we've never known any friends of ours that have had a problem down here.
No, I don't feel insecure. I see all the same stories that everyone sees, but I lived in a big city all my life, and I understood, as most people do, that there are neighborhoods that are not safe. There are times when you should or should not be in a particular place, and you factor that into your life without really thinking about it.
I don't feel any less or any more secure than if I lived in New York City, or if I lived, before coming down here, I lived in Seattle. There's certain parts of Seattle, you don't walk there at night.
If you live where I live, you'll see in the news every day in all the cities around there, all the crime that we have over there. But they always try to pick and point the crime here, which I don't believe is as bad as it is in our own neighborhoods, in our own backyards.
Availability, quality, and cost of medical services are important questions before deciding to visit or live in Baja.
I find excellent medical facilities here. When I first came here, because I'm an expatriate Canadian, I lost my Canadian national health care. I found that the medical here in Rosarito, or in Mexico, is affordable. I had a hip replacement done in Tijuana. It was the absolute best I could ever have. I also have my own personal physician in Rosarito, and an excellent physician, and I have gone back to Canada and given reports to my doctor in Canada of the health care here. They are very impressed.
Medical, I have a doctor that is on a radio phone, and I can call him at any time for anything that I need at any time.
Does he make house visits?
Absolutely. The doctor will make a house visit if I need to, and my radio phone, I just click it in and he'll be right up here.
What about the cost? Is it a savings over medical costs in the United States?
The medical services here are probably sometimes half or even a third less than in the States, and better. I feel very confident in it.
One of the big reasons when we first decided to move here was that it was close enough so that we could still use Kaiser medical and whatnot. However, since then, we also have a local doctor here that we trust implicitly.
We've been looking into all the doctors. We've had nothing but positive things said about the doctors. And I know that my sister-in-law has insurance in California, and she's able to use it over here. So we're really comfortable with it.
I broke my leg here a couple of years ago, and the local doctor took care of it. I had my x-rays in town, and it cost me less than a month's worth of health insurance in the U.S., and it healed perfectly.
I have an incredible dentist. We have a family doctor that is here that will actually come to your house if you need him. I broke my knee and had to go in for surgery, and I did that in Tijuana. So I've had just very, very, very good success with a lot of the things that are going on.
Medical costs are lower in Baja, but what about other items such as property tax, utilities, and the like?
Property taxes when we first got here were almost laughingly low. I mean, they were terribly low. They have increased, and I'm happy to see that because I think the country needs to do that. But they're still incredibly low. This home is valued at, if we were to sell it today, probably around $550,000, $560,000, and our property taxes are $420 a year.
It costs for a week's gas. It cost me about $9 American. So I think that equates to about $36 to heat this house for a month, and that's kind of hard to beat. In Estados Unidos, I spend $300 or $400 to heat my home.
What's the cost of having this view?
Under $200,000.
No.
Yes.
No.
And very little property taxes, and I mean, it's incredibly economical to live in Mexico.
Proximity to the U.S. border is an added attraction for many of the U.S. expatriates living in Baja.
Did the proximity to the U.S. play an important part in your choosing Baja?
Yes, because I do have children and I have grandchildren, and we're still close enough where we can cross the border and see them, and they can come and visit us. So it's not like we're somewhere very far. And as far as the border, it's not really as long as some people think. So I like that we're on this side and we're not that far from home. We're still close enough.
I like to be proximal to the United States so that if I decide I want to have a big medical issue, I could be up there rather quickly. And to cross the border and come down and be in my home in less than an hour from the time I cross the border is very pleasing.
I have the best of both worlds, exactly. When I just feel like I want to re-immerse myself in the U.S., we just cross the border. We can go shopping, we can go to movies, we can go to restaurants. But really, the longer we've been here, the less frequently we do that.
Recent stricter inspection policies implemented by U.S. national security concerns has increased border crossing times. However, the U.S. government created the special fast-track Sentry Pass, which dramatically reduces the waiting time.
Crossing the border is easy for me because I did obtain a Sentry Pass, and that takes a lot of time out. It's not as busy, as the lines are shorter.
The Sentry Pass program has made it a lot easier for those of us who are spending a lot of time or business or a lot of reasons going back and forth across the border, family reasons, business reasons.
When investigating where to retire, several factors are considered. The primary consideration is economics, cost of housing, property taxes, cost of living, affordable medical services, and quality of life, along with personal safety.
From what we've seen and heard, the North Baja Coast may be an ideal place for affordable retirement. And with its proximity to our beloved United States, it just doesn't get much better than that. So come visit. You may just stay to live.
I think this is a terrific place to live. We are so happy we found Baja. It's the same ocean outside my door that's outside the doors of people in Malibu and Santa Monica, but it's affordable here. I'm a middle-class person. I could never afford in the U.S. the lifestyle I have here. And I can tell you that every morning when I push open the shutters and look outside at the hummingbirds on my patio and the sun shining on the ocean, I think to myself, it's a privilege to be here. This is a wonderful country. People are welcoming. They're glad we're here. They appreciate having us, and they're happy to share the beauty and the resources of their country with us.